So these are some windows at the top of York Bay that we've recently done a second batch of work for Derek and Angela, and they're just sitting here in front of the windows with double glazed. So just want to thank you guys very much for having us back, and wanted to ask you a few questions about how you found your experience with the English Craftsman as a company. Is there any comments that you'd like to make or point out to other people that might be looking to have some similar work done?
Yes, I think the important point for us was that we hadn't realised that our windows could be double glazed. We thought we would have to have all new windows, and for us, when we first went to the Wellington show, that's when we were told that the windows could be double glazed by simply removing them and routering them, and then inserting the double glazing, and for us that made the difference.
Okay. So it was important to you to keep the original frames. From a cost point of view or from an aesthetic point of view?
Both, I think.
Yeah.
Yes, I think so.
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yes.
So obviously this is the second round of work we've done for you, so you can't have been too unhappy with us the first time. What is it about the way the guys worked that really impressed you?
Well, they were always on the job, 7:30 in the morning until the end of the day.
Yeah.
5:30 sometimes.
Yeah. They worked steady all the way through, and they kept us informed of what was going on and so what they were going to do next.
Yeah.
So we could, we could do whatever we had to do, get out of that room for a start.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the care that they took in the work that they were doing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. So you felt that your property was cared for and looked after?
Yes.
As opposed
Absolutely.
to just leaving
Absolutely.
a mess everywhere. Yeah. And did they protect your carpets and your walkways?
Yes.
Yeah.
Took their shoes off as well.
Did they? They're good lads, aren't they?
Very.
And from a double glazing point of view, what's the benefit that you've noticed immediately?
Well, surprisingly, things that perhaps we hadn't thought of in the first place. One thing we've noticed is that wind noise. We're up on a ridge here, and there's a lot of wind noise, both from north and south, and it's made much quieter, isn't it, during storms? Overall, the fact has been quite amazing, actually. I've been actually sleep through quite strong southerlies, which is unusual.
Right. Yes. Okay.
But there's not a zephyr today.
No. And I guess since we've worked up here the second time around, the weather's been pretty good, hasn't it? So
Excellent.
we haven't had any nasty weather to really test it.
No. A bit overcast on a couple of days, but they managed to switch and change from one side of the house to the other to avoid the weather conditions, to make it more pleasant for them and to avoid getting any precipitation in the house.
Yeah, good. Have you ever experienced other tradesmen?
Yes.
And where do you think we sit on a scale of 1 to 10?
Well, I'd put you up at the top. I'd put you up at 10.
Would you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I wouldn't argue with that.
No. Well, that's good to know. And so you'd recommend us to other people?
Absolutely, and we have done.
Yeah, great. So if there's anyone that's in doubt as to whether they should go, it's often the case that people get more than one quote, and it often comes down to finances. What would you say to people that are pondering over the decision to go with perhaps a higher price against a lower price?
We didn't get any other quotes.
No.
We only had yours, and we went for what was feasible with our property.
Yeah.
Which was to use the existing windows.
Right.
We certainly didn't want plastic windows.
No.
So I think the overall is to go with what is best for your house.
Yes. Yeah. Within the budget you can afford.
Within the budget that you can afford.
Yeah.
And our first experience was excellent. So
good. Yeah. Oh, well, that's good to
natural.
know. Yeah. All right. Well, that's really good to know. So thank you guys for coming back to us, and we might see you again in the future sometime.
Come back this way, will you?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay.